Hey, good morning, everybody. It's about 8:30 almost, and as you can see up there, I think the title has basically speaks for itself, if you will. It says that Diamond Comics puts hold on the Knuckles archives. Basically, Knuckles Archives #3. This was reported by Fiona Fox over at some of the sites already. The Fiona Fox individual who uses the character's name as their username has been reporting and updating all of us on, doing a tremendous job, I should point out, updating us on the situation. She has been letting us know what TSSZ has learned, just in case some of us, can't get access to TSSZ or don't really know. But this is what has been reported, courtesy of Fiona Fox and TSSZ. It states, and I quote, "The Archie versus Penders dispute just got serious." And this is a report, and I quote, and I'll provide a link down below where you can find this at TSSZ. And I quote, "TSSZ has learned Diamond Comic distributions, easy for me to say, the world's largest English language comic book distributor." That's what it is, Diamond Comic Distributors. That's what it is. No, sorry about that. Okay, let me start over again, I'm sorry. TSSZ has learned Diamond Comic Distributors, the world's largest English language comic book distributor, has halted shipments of Archie Comics Knuckles Archives #3 to retailers on the basis of copyright infringement notice. On the basis of a copyright infringement notice sent to the company. A source who requested anonymity through our new tip system told TSSZ the hold was granted this week and alleged more claims may be filed with Diamond shortly. Those claims, the source said, are based on copyrights currently in dispute between Archie Comics and former Sonic comic writers Ken Penders via civil lawsuit the former filed. As we told you last month, a summary judgment request was denied in that case. The issue, which assembles the original Sonic's friendly Nemesis Knuckles issues 10 through 15, will still go on sale today at stores that have received their copies, but they will be the only copies circulating in certain stores right now. That potentially means the release could fall into short supply where the matter is mediated. For the moment, only distribution of Knuckles Archives 3 is affected. But one can imagine the array of reissues that could be impacted. Given the scope of Penders' copyright claims that are, as this article, given the scope of Penders' copyright claims that are, as of this article's publication, still legally valid. And again, I'll provide a link to this just in case you can't understand what I'm trying to say here, or some of the words I'm trying to pronounce. Diamond Comics, and I'm continuing on here, and I quote, Diamond Comics claims Archie Comics as an exclusive supplier of material for distribution to stores, including to the company website. In layman's terms, they are the middleman between Archie as content creator and many stores that sell their comics. In particular, comic book specialty stores. Should the matter linger, all Sonic Archives and Knuckles Archives releases could see the distribution affected. As could the long-awaited Sonic Comic Encyclopedia, which is due for release next month. An email sent Tuesday to Damiond Comics Marketing VP Dan Mazer requesting comment has not been returned as of this time of this article's publication. TSSZ also sent an email to an Archie Comics publicity email this evening seeking comment. If we hear back from either side, we will update this story. Related, the first mediation session between Archie and Penders in an attempt to settle the ongoing copyright case is scheduled for next Tuesday morning, according to public records. This will certainly make those talks interesting. We will continue to monitor developments. Alright. Now, I will admit, this doesn't sound like good news, especially if you're a fan of the Knuckles comics and you want to get as much back from that as possible. Hopefully, in my opinion, I pray and I hope that this doesn't affect any other reissuings of the archives, of the upcoming archive issues, or the select issues, or even the Supersonic magazine issues, if you will. And most importantly, I hope it doesn't affect the encyclopedia. Because the encyclopedia is something that fans have been wanting to see. It's like having the Transformers encyclopedia that I have. I have a DK Transformers Ultimate Guide Encyclopedia book, if you will. Or something like that. It's like having the ultimate guide to the characters and the franchise, if you will. So, I hope nothing bad happens here. I hope that things do get settled. My honest opinion on this whole situation as far as the case goes between Ken, Penders, and Archie Comics is I believe something will be settled, and that even if it means, let's say, Archie Comics has got to pay Ken Penders a certain percentage of royalties out of the sales. In other words, let's say, one archive, let's say, for example, one archive book sells a lot of copies, does very well in the sales, and accumulates maybe over $1 million, if not more so. A certain percentage of that, instead of going to Archie Comics would still get a certain percentage, Sega would get a certain percentage, but Ken would also get a certain percentage because it would be his stories. Now, as far as his characters like Hershey and Julie Sue, there's no doubt in my mind that if they get used in stories, there's a certain percentage of those current stories, if they were used in in issues today, in the present issues, would be the same way. It'd be like they'd get a certain percentage, Sega, and then Ken would get it. So in other words, it's because Archie's using his character, so he's got to get a certain percentage. I think that's what could happen. I think that's all he's looking for, because that's what he's been looking for since the beginning. Now, unless it goes in a direction to where Ken has to pay them for all the damages and everything he's put them through, then I'm not going to be surprised. But we'll just have to wait and see. But like I said, if it goes in the direction where Ken will get a percentage of the sales, the sale profits, or get a percentage of the profits from the sales of archival books, magazines, and encyclopedia and select books and all that show his artwork or showcase his characters, even with the current issues going on now, then if that's the way it's got to be that way, whether we like it or not. But we'll just have to wait and see what goes on, and that's all I can say. But my honest opinion, hopefully this doesn't affect anything else, and hopefully the Knuckles Archives #3 release will get distributed even more so after this is all said and done. So that's just my thoughts on it. And if you got any thoughts, video response, let me know down below. Comment if you like. I'd like to hear what you guys think. MJ Knight, what you think. Anybody else out there, let me know what you guys feel and think down below, and I'll talk to y'all later.